Here at Brookway Investments, we've bought, sold and restored many Buicks from the mid-1930s through to the early 1970s. When I was awarded my business visa to the United States, the basis of that was my specialist knowledge in GM products from that period, with a specialism in Buick. So today at the Garden Shed, we've got a nice opportunity here because we've got three beautiful Buicks from the 1940s ranging through to the mid-1950s. So we're just going to do a quick walk around and a chat about the differences of some of the cars. Okay, we're going to start with the earliest car, as in the oldest car from the period. And right here we've got a 1947 top-of-the-range Buick Roadmaster sedan. Now, look at the front of the car and straight away we can see some distinct features. We've got a very toothy grille here, which became a bit of a Buick trademark from the 1940s onwards. Of course, motor car production in Detroit was suspended due to the war effort. The car manufacturing companies, General Motors, Ford, Chrysler, devoted their time in the manufacturing to producing munitions for the Allied war effort in World War II. Come 1946, car production was back again, up and running. So to commemorate the effort given by the car manufacturers, Buick in particular, came about with this mascot in 1946, affectionately known as the Buick bomb sight. This kind of commemorates, celebrates the efforts of the car manufacturers in the Allied war effort of World War II. So we've got a bomb sight on the hood of the car, on the bonnet of the car. Gorgeous deep overriders on this car. Badge bar in the centre tells you it's a Roadmaster. It's the master of the road. So the Roadmaster gets a traditional Buick inline 8-cylinder engine. But Buick offered two different sizes of engines at this particular time. A 248 cubic inch and a 320 cubic inch. People think same engine, slightly different displacement. Incorrect. The 320 cubic inch cylinder block and cylinder head is actually 4¼ inches longer. It's a longer engine, it's a bigger unit than the smaller engines which went into the special and super models. Now, if we look at the body of the car, I can tell this is a Roadmaster without looking at any badges or looking at the engine of the car. The length of the front wing, the front fender here, you can almost fit a second wheel in there. That straight away tells me this is a long wheelbase car. This is accommodating the longer engine. This is the big series straight inline 8-cylinder engine. We've got some great features on this car. Of course, white wall tyres. Buick like to add this Art Deco embossing to the hubcaps. Great style. We've got a wonderful bonnet opening mechanism here on the hood of the 46 to 48 models. You pull that handle, you can open the bonnet from this side, it's a side opening bonnet, or you can open it from the other side. A great Buick invention if you want to do some serious engine work on the car or need some serious attention. Release both catches and you simply lift the whole bonnet off the car. Easy access, great feature. But if we look at the styling of this car, we've got beautiful streamlined fenders running right through to the back door here. These are bolt-on steel panels, but a gorgeous piece of styling. And we've got this lovely rounded arch design here as well. Of course, this was the 1940s. Cars, particularly General Motors cars from this period, they're instantly recognizable because they've got this very streamlined look about them. This was the aerodynamic, if you like, the torpedo look of the 1940s, and I think it's very well represented in this 1947 top-of-the-range Roadmaster. This is a beautiful full-size sedan. Really like this Fulton sun visor on there. This particular car, we sourced this car in Los Angeles in 2018. This was a one-owner vehicle from new. The chap who owned this car sadly died in 2016, 2017, but when he got to the age of 75, he decided to have this car completely restored. He'd owned it, believe it or not, from the age of 15. Went into a Buick dealership, he'd earned money, he'd earned cash on his parents' farm. His parents were Italian immigrants to the United States. saved some money up, walked into a Buick dealership at 15 years old, bought this top of the range Roadmaster sedan, kept it till the day he died, had it restored when he reached age 75. Wonderful story. Look the guy up on the internet. This guy was the main union man for the docks at Long Beach, California. Really interesting history on that particular car. One of my personal favourites. Okay, we're going to move forward in time now. And we're going to move to the very first of the V8 engine Buicks. Now what we have here is a 1953 Buick Super Riviera Coupe. We've got a different style of car here. We've moved into the 1950s. The look is starting to change. With most American cars, each decade is clearly recognisable with a different style of body. The 40s were streamlined. We're getting into the 50s. This is a much bigger, heavier looking car. First of all, we can see the car's wider. This is a milestone car. This is Buick's very first V8. 1953 was the golden anniversary year for Buick. They celebrated 50 years of car manufacture and production. They kept the new engine on hold until 53 for this golden anniversary celebration. To accommodate the V8, we've got a wider body. We've really got a very, very wide grille on the front of this car now. Absolutely stunning look. We can see it's 50s, we've got the big drag bars on the bumpers, and we've still got this traditional feature of the Buick bomb sight, but of course we can see now it's had a V added to it. This tells you it's a V8 engine car. The first Buick V8 available to the public was 322 cubic inches displacement. Pretty much the same size as the Roadmaster we talked about from the 1940s, but of course we've gone from an inline 8-cylinder engine, overhead valve, to a V8 engine. As time moved on, the car manufacturers in the United States were chasing horsepower and style. So with the V8, we'd suddenly leapt from 115 horsepower of the Roadmaster from the 40s to a very conservative, I might add, quoted 188 horsepower with this particular car. When you get in it, this feels like a 250 horsepower car. This is a powerful car. But if we look at the style, we've still got a lot of Buick instantly recognisable features here. We love this on the front fenders. We've got the 3 venter ports. This tells you this is a powerful car. We've got the big V's in the centre of the hubcaps. It's a V8. Of course, this is a 2-door pillarless example of a Buick. We've got a very low cut roof line. When these windows are down, the side's completely open. It's a beautiful driving experience, but look at the body. Look how deep the body is on this car. A lot of people refer to this style as the Coke bottle look. We've got a very fat, deep body, slimline roof, shallow glass. The change in style from the 40s, which was a much higher car, a much more rounded car, this has got a much more muscly appearance. So that's a wonderful example of a 2-door pillarless coupe from the golden anniversary year of Buick. Okay, if we take a look at this car, we're now moving into the mid-1950s. We're moving into the rock and roll era. The cars gradually became more ostentatious, and this is not just Buick, the whole range of cars from the General Motors stable. Look what we've got in the centre of the bonnet, the centre of the hood on this particular car. We've got this wonderful jet aircraft ornament. Absolutely fabulous. Of course, Buick letters on the front of the bonnet tells you exactly what it is. We've got a huge chrome detail, a big medallion in the centre. Tells you 1956 and Roadmaster. So yet again, this is one of the longer wheelbase cars. Being a Roadmaster, we're getting towards the top of the range of the Buick products from that year. Huge drag bars on the front of the bumper yet again. As production moved forward through the years, the cars became more decorative. And in terms of engineering, design and build, the cars became lighter in the steel that they were using, in the gauge of steel. They were pressing more elaborate shapes with the body panels. So this is a beautiful car, but I find that the quality is just not the same as the early 50s cars, and even more so in comparison to the 1940s cars, like the 47 Roadmaster we're just talking about. But still we can see the traditional Buick features. We've got 4 venter ports on this car. Even though this is 1956, and we're 3 years beyond the previous car we looked at, this car is still running the 322 cubic inch V8. We've got the Buick sweep spear through the centre, a much more economical version of the 53. You can see less materials involved here, not quite as dramatic. This is a pillarless car, so Buick's terminology for pillarless cars, as in no central post to support the roof, to give us this open-sided look. Buick christened this look their Riviera models. So this is a 4-door Roadmaster Riviera. This is a 70 series car, but it has the Riviera pillarless roof design. Gorgeous feature. If we look at the back of the car, we've got extra decoration here, chrome work, almost to look like the separate trunks that we had on 1930s cars with straps that held the trunks down. So we've got some nice decoration on here. Yet again, Roadmaster in big letters. You see this car coming down the road, Roadmaster across the back of it, you know this is a real high-end, top quality car. Buicks were a real quality car. In the General Motors hierarchy, we had Chevrolet at the bottom of the hierarchy. If you had more money to spend, Pontiac, Oldsmobile, then you move into Buicks, and of course the very top of the tree at the time was Cadillac. So American car production, General Motors in particular, Buick, they produced a motor car for every budget. Buick Roadmaster, this is a high-end product of its day. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's just a little bit of an insight into Buick motor cars from the mid-1940s through to the mid-1950s. I hope you can see the differences in style there, and I hope you found that interesting.